What's up, everybody? Welcome to Affinity Racing Series. We are twitch.tv/Race Affinity. Welcome to the Affinity Racing Series Next Up series. Today we are at Kansas hosting the trucks, and we got a bunch of Next Up drivers going through the field, starting to qualify, getting all their stuff set up. as we get ready to go green. I've got Joshua McQuiggan back in the booth. Say what's up, man. Thanks, man. Josh is sick, so he's going to do his best to hang with me tonight. Yeah, but he's going to hang out. He's going to do some things with us. He's going to have a good time. We'll try to make him feel a little bit better. Love you too, there, Zach. Can't hear Josh, FYI. That's because I have him muted. Say what's up again, Josh.
Oh, howdy.
Hey.
Wow, this guy over here.
As we start getting the drivers getting ready to take the grid, you can see by the logo on the screen, we are at Nextup, Kansas. For those of you wondering, right now, here's currently what the standings are looking like. We are a promotion-demotion league. You can see Parent through Anderson are all currently in the promotion category. Everybody in red is just outside that, and you can see how close those standings are. It's going to be a heated battle. We still have this is race 3 of 13, so we still have 10 more races to go. And it's going to be a heck of a battle to see how much this changes up. Parent currently sitting up top, McClenny P2, Gould in 3rd. And that battle right there is a difference of only about 12 points. So that one race, the entire standings can change, and I'm sure tonight's going to be the night. It's a fairly easy track. Kansas and the trucks. Josh, have you raced this track before? And tell me what the strategy is going into it.
To hit pit road is the strategy tonight. If we can get some green flag runs here, making pit road is going to be the hardest part of tonight.
Why does that sound so personal, man?
I'm not sure. Yeah, just feels like pit road is going to be a very important aspect of tonight's race.
All right, we got, let's see what we got out here. We got approximately almost 30 cars out on the track. One of our background producers, Brandon Richard, making his debut tonight. We got a few next-gen drivers. Tyler Connors is back. He's one of our admins. He's been gone for schooling and stuff like that for the past season or so. So he's back. But right now, we'll go ahead and pull up that grid and show you what we got going on. All right, Cody B. Johnson, Mitchell Bagley, Sean Anderson, Joshua Parent. Mitchell Bagley showing some speed in practice and locking in the P2 position. Brandon Kiger, Jonathan Swartz, 5 and 6. As we move on, Cade McClenny, Colton Light, 7 and 8. Cade McClenny winning last week at Phoenix, now qualifying P7. We got Chad Adams, Zach Range, Michael Gould, Jacob Thornton, rounding out the top 12. Bowman Jr., Doug Azell making his debut tonight. Jeffrey Rudick, who's joined me in the booth last week. Cole Fitzpatrick, Blake Snyder, CJ Almond for 17th and 18th. Reed, Pinder, Chaffin, Shields, Connors, McNeil, all the way to 24th, and then rounding it out to finish up is going to be Zach Scare and Brandon Richard watching the back for us. Cars are starting to pull out on the pace road now, out onto their outlap as we get ready to go green. Josh, tire strategy, anything like that going on? What's the call for tonight with 2 tire sets?
I feel like the call for tonight is going to be just easy going into the corners. You're going to blip the throttle slightly. You're going to be slower on the short run, but long run it will pay off. If you can save your tires throughout the run, you should be very fast towards the end of it. I know tire fall off is pretty hard here with how wide open these guys are. It's going to be very interesting to see the different strategies here tonight as the pace car hits pit road.
Like we said, that's going to be Sean Anderson. Sean Anderson leading us off.
Is it? Wow.
Oh, sorry, Cody B. Johnson.
It is Cody B. Johnson. Getting pushed by his teammate Sean Anderson into turn 1 and 2. They scramble for position here.
Sean Anderson and Cody B. Johnson starting to pull away a little bit. Brandon Kiger and Mitchell Bagley going to be 2 wide. Pretty much the rest of the field is going to be double file heading all the way back.
Side by side. You're going to want to get as many positions as possible here within the first 5 laps of the tire run, and then after that you're just going to sit back and relax. See these guys battling it out here. Starting to string out towards the back of the field. That top 10 or so, battling pretty hard. Mitchell Bagley going to make the move to the bottom, inside of Sean Anderson, side by side for second.
We are 3 wide currently. Number 89 of Colton Lights, Brandon Kiger, and Zach Range up near the wall. That's the 05 of Cade McClenny down there at the bottom taking the apron. He's going to try to make the pass down there.
3 wide with Brandon Kiger, still going to hang onto the quarter panel. Slid up a little bit on corner entrance. Looks like Brandon Kiger is going to concede the spot. Ooh, he slides up there. Thought that was going to be a little bit of trouble. I see a car on the wall in the background. I'm not sure who that is.
Rev3 dude, appreciate the follow. Jonathan 44345. What a bunch of numbers. Appreciate the follow. Cody B. Johnson still up front, currently setting the fastest lap of the race so far with a 31.4. That next pack is going to be pretty much... Oh, we got somebody getting sideways.
Slide. He saves it. I believe that was Chad Adams.
I think it was Chad Adams in the Bass Pro Shop car. He's back up safely now.
What a save. Great avoidance from everybody else.
It was not. It was Michael Gould. Very similar paint jobs.
Those two numbers appear to have a connection too. The 8 and the 3 anyways. We go back up front to Cody B. Johnson, who is in control of this race. Pretty solid advantage over Joshua Perrin in second place. That is 8/10 up there with the clean air. He's not battling anybody, giving him the opportunity to pull away. They're scrambling for position behind.
Story of the night, Cade McClenny, winner of last week at Phoenix. He was showed a lot of speed, a lot of discipline when it came to racing last week, with saving tires, getting things done. This week, I'm wondering if that's the same strategy. We got 84 laps here at Kansas, and I'm curious to see if he's just on a tire saving strategy with only 2 sets of tires remaining in the pits. Oh, a little bit in the back there, though.
That purple car, I'm not sure who that is. A lot of new names here. That is the 11 machine.
That's Jacob Thornton.
Sideways coming off the corner. Speaking of Jacob Thornton, I believe he made his first Cup start this week at Kansas. A little bit more experience at this track. Not the same car, but a little bit more familiar with the layout.
We still got some decent battles going on here. Like Tyler Connors up here up in the front of this pack is going strong. Brandon Richards starting to move up the pack a little bit right next to Jeffrey Rudick. And Zach Scare behind them. But overall, like up front with Cody Johnson, I'm not sure if we'll find out soon if he's burning the tires off or not. But Colton Lights currently ran a 31.858, while Cody B. Johnson is at a 32.1.
Maybe Cody B. Johnson burned his tires up a little bit, trying to pull away while everybody was battling, and now Colton Lights is reeling him back in. He's definitely within the range of the draft now. You see Colton Lights using the top, Cody B. Johnson using the bottom. One of the best things about the track is the lanes that you can use. There's a lot of them. You can drive the middle, the top, the bottom, and all of them are fast. It just whatever you prefer.
We still got 24 cars on the lead lap. Cade McClenny now moving up one more spot as he starts to get his way around to the front. Let's go to the back here where people like CJ Allman are starting to fall a little bit, and Lucas Reed. Let me see if we got a good tire saver. Christopher Pinder, who's a next-gen driver. Right now, if we compare him to the leader, let's see what we got here.
I'm so sorry, but one of our front runners and Mitchell Bagley got into the wall in the middle of 3 and 4.
Let's see where he's at.
Damaged very easily. That could cause some problems. We have a battle for the lead up front. Colton Lights side by side with Cody B. Johnson for the race lead.
We show these two real quick. Colton Lights and Cody B. Johnson currently running fairly similar lap times.
Joshua Parent sitting right behind them in the catbird seat just in case anything happens. Still side by side as we cross the line for 11 out of 84 laps complete. Colton Lights trying to use the momentum on the bottom to slide up in front of him. He's going to clear Cody B. Johnson. Cody B. Johnson for the crossover. Colton Lights into the wall. Contact for Joshua Parent. They save it.
Hayden McClenny's going to be the biggest gainer on that position. The little bit of, as we start to go 4 wide here into turn 3 and 4,
Gabe McClenny going to try and hold on to that position, sliding up in front of Joshua Parent. Cody B. Johnson now back out into a big lead as they scramble for the position after that incident happened behind him.
No, Corbin, there's not supposed to be background music. Cody B. Johnson goes back to the lead. He's got a comfortable lead now as the little incident that happened outside of turn 2 decided to shake up this field a little bit. Cade McClenny's now using that high line. Joshua Parent, bottom line, like Josh said. So many lanes to choose from. And then your next battle, it looks like it's going to be for about the 4th or 5th position.
Joshua Parent is trying to make a run on Cade McClenny. If these two start to squabble, that is going to give another opportunity for Cody B. Johnson to pull out on his race lead.
Let's go back just a little bit. We got Brandon Kiger up here. He's trying to get around Zach Range and Jonathan Swartz, who have been side drafting most of this time, possibly slowing them up, giving Kiger a chance to catch up, and Sean Anderson just cruising the wall to come around and dive and hopefully get a 2-for-1 here. That's Kiger is going to throw the block.
Noticed is Sean Anderson has been running very close to that outside wall. Same with Jonathan Schwartz. They've been the two closest people up there so far.
It's notoriously the tire killer, so we'll have to see how that plays in the long run game as we start getting to our green flag pit stops. I believe the range was about 20 to 25 laps. Jonathan Swartz getting super close to Colton Lights there.
Big problems in the back. CJ Allman made contact with Chris Pinder. Lucas Reed involved in that. No caution was thrown. I believe they all saved it.
CJ Allman's still out on track. Christopher Pinder, he's still out on track. Might have just been a little bit of a shakeup. Lucas Reed's now going to drop a position as CJ Allman starts to get that back. Cody B. Johnson now to a 0.1 lead. Cade McClenny right behind him.
Cade McClenny starting to follow in the tire tracks of Cody B. Johnson. These two are very talented drivers. I expect to see a very good fight out of these two. Mike, do you know what the fuel run is for tonight as Cade McClenny tries to make a move on
I think it's about 20 to 25 laps, if I'm not mistaken.
Starting to approach the pit window as these guys are potentially going to start battling for the lead here. I'd have to wonder if guys further back in the pack are using a little bit less throttle, saving a little bit more gas than everybody else. Maybe going to be able to stretch it a little bit further if you're saving back there. If you're saving tires here, you're going to be saving more fuel than everybody else.
Might give you that extra lap. We go into the cockpit of Jacob Thornton. You can hear the RPMs drop significantly going into turn 1 and 2. So he comes up behind Mitchell Bagley. We'll hear what he does in turn 3 and 4. He's going to be stuck in the high lane with Mitchell Bagley underneath him. You can definitely tell there's some tire wear starting to happen with the throttle control. Cody B. Johnson gained a 10th on McClenny there. Just on the straightaway, though, as Joshua Parent starts to come low and figure out what he wants to do with this situation in front of him.
It does appear after all that battling, Cade is starting to fall off a little bit towards the end of that tire life. As you see Joshua Parent on his inside going to try and slide up on corner exit here, carry as much momentum as possible. Cade McClenny with the advantage on the top side, going to get the run off of the corner, pulling him down the straightaway. It's Cade McClenny with the advantage going into turn 1 and 2. Behind
them, about 0.8, is going to be Jonathan Swartz, pretty much uncontended, as Brandon Kiger is 1.7 behind the leaders. Your biggest battle right now is going to be the Joshua Parent, Cade McClenny, and which lines they choose to run to make it through this field. What do you do in this situation? You short pit, or do you run it till it's dry and see if we get a caution out there?
Well, it depends. If you are stuck behind people that are battling, or if you're just not able to pass the guy in front of you, I'd short pit them and try and gain up that time on track in the clean air with the fresh tires. You should be able to jump them within a pit cycle. Right
now, let's get caught up on chat real quick. Rev Dude, appreciate the follow. I saw you followed us. I think I already called you out for that one. Yeah, Corbin, they probably did go under the white before the line. They know not to change lanes, so that'll be penalties post-race. Drivers are flying. No, there's not supposed to be background music. Cardinals, still liking turtles, man. We know it. Let's see what else we got. Happy birthday, Dixon Maez. Nick throwing out as Colton Lights gets into the wall a little bit there. Throwing out a happy birthday to Dixon Maez. And then YJ Media says, I am picking Jonathan Swartz to win this race.
It's only because he's on your team. Your sub-team, I should say. The LSRL Noobs channel. Affiliated with the YJ Media team.
He could be laying back right now. Comparing his times to the leader, very similar. A little bit faster, as a matter of fact, as he starts to catch up. He's got that draft help.
I feel like if you're in Jonathan Schwartz's position, you would want to short pit these guys. Joshua Parent, Cade McClenney battling up front, or right in front of you, and then Cody B. Johnson pulling in that race lead. If you short pit these guys by 2 or so laps, you should be able to jump everybody right in front of you.
It's a pretty comfortable lead as we got up to almost a half a second lead in front of Joshua Parent, as Joshua Parent has taken that position away from Cade McClenney.
Starting to battle pretty hard further back in the field. Pretty big battle heating up for the 7th position. I saw Jacob Thornton and Cole Fitzpatrick make contact for that 8th position. Now, Jacob Thornton side by side for that 8th position with Zach Range in the 043.
Zach Range, another skilled driver. He's been showing a lot of speed at Phoenix, as well as a lot of good strategy at Daytona. And I'm curious to see if he decides to pull the short pitch strategy here at Kansas. And he does.
Zach Range pulling into pit road. He is your first driver coming down to pit. See if anybody follows suit. They will not. Mitchell Bagley going to pit this time by. Same with Cody B. Johnson.
Woof! Somebody came flying in there.
That is Christopher Pinder, I believe, who just hit pit road. It does appear like Mitchell Bagley, Cole Fitzpatrick, Mitchell Bagley are all pitting this time. I'm pretty sure I just said Mitchell Bagley 3 times.
Yeah, Mitchell Bagley about to come down right now. Going to start to shake it up.
Down pit road.
Joshua Parent's going to go ahead and take the lead as Cody B. Johnson also chooses to come down with Cade McClenney. So we're looking at about 25 laps.
Jonathan Schwartz did the opposite thing I would have done and went long. Joshua Parent coming in this time by. I believe Jonathan Schwartz as well.
They pulled in a hot pit lap. Let's see if they can get it slowed down in time. Hopefully no bumping to get that black flag. 13 is Sean Anderson, Jacob Thornton.
Everybody so far making it clean down pit road. I guess they were learning from me after watching the Monday night race.
Who was that? That just came flying in. I think it was Zach Scare in the back there. Cody B. Johnson was your leader, though, as he comes out of pit road with Cade McClenney in tow.
It does look like Cody B. Johnson will be your on-track leader after this pit cycle. Blake Snyder unlapping himself.
Caitlin said, come on, Blake, you got this. I'm assuming talking about Blake Snyder. Blake Snyder right there, stayed out. Actually, let's go see if he stayed out. We can pull up the last pit stop lap. And right now, Christopher Pinder pulling into the pit stalls. Cody B. Johnson, the leader. Blake Snyder has actually already pitted, I believe. But somehow got 3 laps down. Might have been some issues there.
Brandon Richard has gotten a penalty on pit road. Same with Christopher Pinder.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Seems like Jeffrey Rudick also got a penalty.
Cody B. Johnson kept that comfortable lead, though. Holding strong as we have the battle starting to heat up because we are almost approaching halfway. About 42 laps, actually 42 laps exactly is going to be the halfway point. And these drivers have already been told that in order to beat the next gen series this week, they have to get less than 2 cautions. And right now, we are looking pretty green.
Cody B. Johnson just cycled back out to officially take the lead back.
And an interesting update will be Zach Range is going to be your P3. I don't know if that was a 2-tire stop, but he jumped from P8 to P3. As we go ahead and we'll pull up the biggest movers. Kyle Chaffin right now in P8 is currently up 13 spots. CJ Allman in 10th is up 8 spots. And Tyler Connors, who is currently sitting in 14th, started from the back, and now he's here.
Zach Range short pitted everybody by 1 lap. You can see what the effects of short pitting will do you. I believe Zach Range was around the 8th position when he came into pit road. Now he cycles back out to the 3rd position just by going 1 lap or pitting 1 lap sooner than everybody else. The fresh tire advantage is so massive here. He gained up all that time in the clean air on track.
Almost a full second lead now with Cody B. Johnson. Nick in the chat, yeah, somebody did miss pit road 3 times on Monday, and that's it was actually 2 times, and he's currently my co-host in the in the booth right now. He's still a little upset about it.
Gotta twist the knife.
All right, let's take down those positions gained real quick. Go through the field. Cody B. Johnson currently sitting first. Cade McClenny about second behind him. Starting to pick up some speed, though. Jonathan Swartz back in the mix here. That is a lap car on their inside of Blake Snyder. And so behind him is going to be Zach Range and Joshua Parent. Christopher Pinder, after serving his penalty, is also stuck in that mix in the 17 car.
Christopher Pinder did not get a penalty. He just stayed out longer than everybody else. That was misinformed.
Which is actually shocking. Pinder is known to be a short pitter, so... Let's get back up front here as we're starting to lose some time. Cody is now got only a half a second with Cade McClenny behind him. You can see them starting to gain position on him pretty quickly. Both seem to be doing a high entry to about a mid-exit.
Ooh, Joshua Parent slides up on Christopher Pinder, who is a lap car. We're about to see a repeat on Monday.
This is where things started to go south on Monday. Let's see how Pinder exits this turn. He's going to exit in the high line.
It does look like Joshua Parent is going to get clear Christopher Pinder. Battle for the race lead is heating up some more. Cade McClenny has cut some distance in between him and Cody B. Johnson. Within about a 1/10 of a second now, he's way faster in corner entrance than Cody B. Johnson is.
I don't know if it's coming down to tire saving or if he just wound up getting sucked into the draft there, but...
See him using the draft to his advantage. Down the front straightaway, followed him all the way below the white line. Trying getting some clean air on the nose on exit there.
Gonna shoot that low.
Dive into 3 and 4. Not gonna get there.
Highline
Did make up some difference though.
Yeah, Highline definitely has the run though, as you can start to see that ticker going up, but not by much as Cade continues to stay right there in the draft.
A battle going on for the 14th position. Tyler Connors, Zach Scare battling. Brandon Kiger now in that mix. Using that top line to his advantage, going to get around Tyler Connors. Big moment for Zach Scare off corner exit. Battling in front of Jeffrey Riddick, who is a lap down.
What's interesting is, so Zach Scare is on the lead lap. Brandon Kiger is not. Brandon Kiger is actually a lead, lap down right now.
Very
We're back down to
interesting.
.1 though on the first, second place battle. Jonathan Swartz pretty much by himself in clean air though. Nothing really to worry about. Just kind of run his race. Don't make any mistakes. And same with Joshua Parent back there.
First thing I'd like to point out, Jacob Thornton ran the next gen race on Monday. Seems like he had some issues on pit road. He is now 2 laps down. He was very fast at the beginning of this race, running in the top 7.
That E car in front of him is going to be Michael Gould. Michael Gould currently sitting 6th, so this is not a battle for position. We are
Hey,
now
McClenny
down.
gonna dive to the inside for the race lead. Slide job on Cody B. Johnson. They make contact. Hey, McClenny clears Cody B. Johnson for the race lead in the turns 3 and 4. Going down the front straightaway, I'm sure Cody B. Johnson is not happy about that slide job. You saw that bump he gave him in the middle of 3 and 4.
I don't even know if that was an aggravated bump. That may have just been a, man, I got the momentum, so I'm pushing you. We're not losing the speed that we just gained off this turn.
Gabe McClenny looking to go back to back after winning last week in Phoenix. Took the race lead here on lap 39 in Kansas.
Jonathan Swartz still slowly actually picking up time here. As well as Joshua Parent. Not much, but they are slowly making up time. If we compare them to the leaders right now, a little bit slower last lap. Jonathan Swartz a little bit faster last lap. He might be on a tire saving strategy that gets him to the end. Cade McClenny and I'm sure Cody B. Johnson very similar. No, Cody B. Johnson actually ran a half-second slower as Cade McClenny is just pulling away with the lead right now.
I would be interested in knowing our biggest movers as of right now.
We can go ahead and pull that up for you real quick. It still hasn't changed much. Zach Scare actually up 9 positions. Kyle Chaffin still the number 1. He went from 13 to 14 spots as he sits currently in P7. Right now, a lot of pit road issues have caused Jeffrey Rudick and Blake Snyder to move down significantly, as well as Mitchell Bagley. Mitchell Bagley, who had a lot of speed, qualified P2. He's still running a good race at P8, but he's down 6 spots from starting the race.
Ooh, we are starting to see some pit stops. That is Blake Snyder who is leaving pit road. I believe that is an unscheduled stop for that 09 machine.
Yeah, because right now we should be looking at around... Everybody pitted around 25, 26, so 50 to 52 is when we should start seeing people come back down.
Battles for position are starting to heat up. Back in the pack a little bit, Doug Ezel and CJ Allman starting to battle for position for that 10th spot.
That one I was just on was Kyle Chaffin and Michael Gould neck and neck with each other for 6th and 7th. Next one on track is going to be Zach Scare and Tyler Connors right next to each other. That is for 14th and 15th. So we do have some close battles. Cody Johnson starting to lose some distance here. Cabe gets around Brandon Richard with no issue, as they have very similar paint schemes.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who's who. That is Brandon going 2 laps down.
Look how close Cody B. Johnson is right there. Richard seems to be hanging with him a little bit.
Tyler Connors starting to fight back up through the field. I did hear over race chat that he was saving his stuff. Just made a pass on Zach Scare. Gonna see if he can get some more out of the car.
Zach Scare, another well-known next-gen driver who likes to save tires. We'll see how that plays out for him as we're approaching 34 to go.
Ooh, green flag pit stops. Michael Gould almost got wrecked coming to pit road. Jonathan Schwartz making his pit stop. He's going to short pit everybody this time around. Try and gain some position. Brandon Richard in the wall in front of Cody B. Johnson, your second place runner right now. Cade McClenney pulling away. A lot of interesting stuff starting to happen on track.
We just got an anonymous donation to our charity, Innocent Lives Foundation. Really appreciate whoever went in there and did that. They donated anonymously, but like I said, we appreciate that from the bottom of our heart. You going out there and donating. Our charity, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, if you scan that QR code, it's Innocent Lives Foundation. Very awesome charity. Been super supportive of everything we're doing out here. You can either scan that QR code, or if you like, I can pull up a bigger QR code for you. Donations are open. You can go to the QR code right there, or that link at the bottom of that, and hit up the donations there. We'd really appreciate everything. $1, $2, anything is much appreciated. We have a goal of $1,000, and we're already almost halfway there on race 3. Joshua Parent, Zach Range. Everybody's pretty evenly spaced apart. Range going to be 10 seconds, though. That's going to be 7 seconds behind Parent. Cody B. Johnson starting to fall a little bit, down to 1.5 seconds, but all of this can change as we start coming up to lap 50 and we start planning for some pit stops.
Michael Gould making great advantage of the fresh tires. Just got past a bunch of traffic that was in front of him. Did it very efficiently. Great job by Michael Gould making the best of those fresh tires. The 043 is Zach Range pitting this time by. Hopefully he doesn't have any problems entering pit road. Cade McClenney down pit road, your race leader. Doug Ezel coming down this time by as well.
If I'm not mistaken, Doug Ezel and Cade McClenney, both teammates, so they're going to plan that. Nick Sipple couldn't make it tonight, but also another one of those teammates. Cody B. Johnson's going to stay out there on the racetrack, maybe come down now. You got to assume that he doesn't want to lose too much time.
Chad Adams pitting this time by.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Cody Johnson.
Sure that was.
Hope he doesn't get a pit penalty for that. Brandon Richard going to be right behind him coming down pit road, putting Joshua Parent currently in the lead.
Joshua Parent running long for the second time tonight. Joshua Parent just made the call to pit this time by. Cody B. Johnson pulls into his pit stall. Very clean getting onto pit road and pulling into his box, leaving right away. I believe that was 2 tires for Cody B. Johnson.
Cody Johnson. Interesting strategy call.
I cannot confirm that yet, but it did look like a 2-tire stop.
That's going to leave Colton Lights out there under the leaders as he starts to come in.
Cole Fitzpatrick, Colton Lights down pit road, side by side on pit entrance. They're battling pretty hard for position.
Tyler Connor's now in. He's going to be the last car that has to come in. Pinder also needs to come in. Not sure how his fuel is looking right now. But Christopher Pinder is still out on track with his last pit stop being, looks like lap 28.
I was right about the tire call. Cody B. Johnson took 2 tires and just got passed by Cade McClenney. That was your virtual battle for the lead. Never mind, I lied. Jonathan Schwartz, who short pitted them both, will be your virtual race leader after everything cycles out.
Interesting call by Schwartz. So 46 to 84. We're looking at about 40 laps, so he needs to make another stop. Actually, all of these drivers need to make another stop.
And they do not have tires to spare, except Cody B. Johnson, who did just take 2 tires.
That might be the call that wins the race as Cody comes around the track. Take one side one time, the next side the next time.
Tyler Connors coming down pit road. That is going to give the race lead to Jonathan Schwartz officially.
Short pitting seems to have worked out as Jonathan Swartz is currently 4 seconds ahead of the leader.
I believe he only short pit those guys by 2 or so laps. Now he has a great advantage over Cade McClenny with a little bit fresher tires. Well, let's see how this plays out for Jonathan Swartz.
Cade McClenny closing the gap. I wouldn't say fast, but he is starting to close it. .7, so we're looking at about a half second. If we compare these two drivers right now, Cade McClenny running a 31.895, and Jonathan Swartz already down to a 32.2. But if these guys decide to short pit again, as we see Cade McClenny cross the line, let's see what he just ran, a 31.7. So closing a half second per lap could prove significant. But like I said, everybody still needs one more stop. Cody Johnson going to be 8 seconds down, but if he did get a 2-tire stop, he's going to be the only one that has an advantage after stop number 3.
Jonathan Swartz with almost a 3-second lead over Cade McClenny. On lap 58 of 84, this race flying by very fast for these drivers. Not a lot of on-track action going on right now. Jonathan Swartz just trying to make his way through lap traffic. Same with Cade McClenny, who just got by Brandon Kiger in that 47 machine.
They are 2 laps down.
Now behind CJ Allman, gonna dive to the bottom there to pass him, putting CJ Allman to lap down.
Comes up, keeps it off the wall. Very nicely done, Swartz, and hopefully this starts to prove difficult for Cabe. Approaching this lap traffic, best thing for Swartz right now is that Cabe has to battle the lap traffic. If they just let him by, it's going to make Jonathan Swartz's life that much more difficult. It's an easy pass on Kiger. You can see how far he is behind from Swartz. Swartz is that car in front of that pack. And right now, his turn is just so much faster than Swartz.
Those fresh tires helping a lot. But again, Cabe does have these 2 cars in front of him that he is going to have to make his way through. We'll see if they put up that much of a fight.
They don't.
CJ Allman with the wall trying to let past Cade McClenny. Jonathan Swartz is stuck behind Lucas Reed. He just cannot get around that 03 machine. Jonathan Swartz falling off quite a bit on those older tires than Cabe.
Cabe right behind him now.
Fast. Oh, I believe he's going to make the move here. Diving to the bottom of the track.
Last lap was almost a second faster than Jonathan Swartz, so that was bound to happen sooner or later. I don't know if Swartz took tires last go around, but that could be a wild card. If you pitted, got fuel only, took no tires, and just came out here and ran steady 33s.
Cody B. Johnson down pit road. This is going to be his final pit stop of the night.
We'll watch him go into his pit box. We'll see what happens here.
Jonathan Swartz coming down this time by. A very smart move from these drivers, trying to get down pit road when there's not very much traffic. Very clean, efficient pit entrance.
Cody Johnson is getting his right sides put on.
A little bit of that right
and his left sides. He took no tires. That was the call I was curious to see if anybody was going to make. Because Cade McClenny still has to pit, but he has no tires left. The other one was Jonathan Swartz.
Go as hard as he can.
I'm going to rewind just a little bit here, Josh. Jonathan Swartz had left sides remaining.
Very interesting calls from some of these drivers.
So now Cody Johnson is a lap down, but Cade McClenny still has to pit. He cannot make it to the end. That is a 34-lap run. Sorry, 33-lap run. And he is going to come in right now. Let's find out where Cody Johnson... Oh, he almost... He might have got a penalty.
I think he's good. He got under the commitment code. Cade McClenny should be good.
Let's find out
Very
where...
close call on pit entrance.
Cody Johnson coming into turns 3 and 4.
Those fresh tires going to try and make up as much time as possible. Remember, since he did not have tires on the car last run, it could have hurt him quite a bit. That fall off with the no tires compared to Cade having fresh tires could be massive. But now Cade McClenny has to make his run to the end on already 20-lap old tires.
Comes out, has to take it slow, I'm assuming, as he's drifting around pit exit. Does it clean, though.
Exits turn 4 as Cade McClenny takes the race lead back. I believe. Never mind, Michael Gould is your race leader.
Yeah, Michael Gould's still out here. Kyle Chaffin, Lucas Reed. We still got a few guys out here.
For caution.
Cade McClenny currently sitting P4 with Cody B. Johnson entering 3 and Cade McClenny going through 2.
Very interesting strategy calls for some of these drivers. Chaos on pit road. Tyler Connors almost hit CJ Allman when leaving his box.
Tyler Connors, I can't even find that dude right now. There he is. Let's check that out real quick.
Keep in mind, Jonathan Schwartz, the 2 fresh left side tires, is running down Cade McClenny. He is in the middle of Cody B. Johnson and Cade McClenny. So if Cody B. Johnson wants to try and make a run at winning this race, he's going to have to get around Jonathan Schwartz, going to have to get around Joshua Parent.
Cade McClenny, Jonathan Schwartz currently in 4, while Cade McClenny is crossing the start-finish line. If we look at... Let's see who we can find here.
Would we be able to compare lap times between these drivers?
I think we can. I'm just trying it real quick. Let's see. Let's go to followed and behind and compare. There we go. Cade running a 32.5. Jonathan Schwartz running a 32.3 pretty much. Cade just ran a 32.7. So about 3/10, he's slowly chopping it away. Cody Johnson, it's not going to show me those two because it'll only show me the person in front or behind or the leader. But he's running a 31.9, while Schwartz, he's almost a second faster than Cade. So while Schwartz is running down Cade, Cody B. Johnson is running down both. Gould and Reed both still have to pit. Your 2 current leaders.
Maybe they're trying to... I don't think it's possible, but they might be able to try and stretch the field, hope for a caution, maybe make it to the end. I doubt it.
Gould's going to call it quits now.
They'll be able to make it to the end.
Lucas Reed coming around 3 and 4. He is not calling it quits yet, it looks like.
Michael Gould going to come down pit road.
So once Lucas... So Lucas is not that far in front of Cade.
Cody Johnson just has too much traffic to manage. I don't think he'll be able to get there. It's going to be a race between Cade McClenny and Jonathan Schwartz.
YJ's picked to win. Jonathan Schwartz currently... let's see how lap times are still looking as tires are starting to wear. He's still running a 10th faster, which is not significant. But with still 13 laps to go, that slow chopping of the gap could wind up proving to be successful here. It's still a 3.5 second gap between both drivers, though. Now down to 3.
Starting to get into some traffic, just overtook Christopher Pinder, who's in the 11th position.
Swartz about to come up on Pinder. We'll see how well this battle goes, not being for position. Lucas Reed still out on track. Comparing him and Cabe, pretty standard times. Cabe maybe getting some draft help with his time. Lucas Reed, though, still obviously having to pit, hoping maybe on a caution. Swartz has now closed the gap a little bit more. We'll go to his nose view right there. You can see just in 4 there, the bright yellow car is Cabe McClenny. Pinder just behind him, and then Jonathan Swartz sitting P3.
Cabe McClenny, this is the battle for your race lead, side by side with Lucas Reed. Cabe McClenny going to take it on the entrance of 1 and 2. Ooh, Lucas Reed's going to try and fight back on the bottom. I don't think he has the tires to do it. He does not. Cabe McClenny clear for the race lead.
Not sure how much it's going to affect tonight, but something significant about the next gen race was the aero blocking. And I'm curious to know if that made Lucas Reed tight on exit at all, with Cabe McClenny being right there on his outside. Good checkup from him, though, and not wrecking as these guys come up on Brandon Richard, who is currently 3 laps down. Took a hiatus from iRacing and is now back and holding his own with his best lap time being right there with the leaders, but currently running 34s. Cabe and Jonathan Swartz. Jonathan Swartz still making a little bit of progress, ran a 32.7, while Cabe is currently sitting in the 33s. Cody B. Johnson, though, on the backstretch, running 32.5 still, as he's got 4 fresh tires on that car. A half second faster than the leaders. Half second faster with 8 laps to go. I don't know if it's going to cut it. He's got 10 seconds to make up. The only thing I think Cody needs is a caution. Cabe McClenny, Lucas Reed. Lucas Reed eventually has to pit unless he's just going to run it dry. Run out of gas. Jonathan Swartz going to go low on Richard.
Jonathan Swartz has cut that gap to 1.3 seconds. 1.2 now, getting around Brandon Richard.
Lucas Reed still last pit lap, 52.
He's pitting this time by Lucas Reed, finally going to give up.
Made a strategy call, tried to get that yellow out there, didn't happen. Sometimes strategies don't go the way you want them to, and you just got to concede, throw in the white flag. That leads us to our battle of Cabe and Jonathan, as we are 1.2 seconds and closing. It's going up right now because of turn exit, but hold on. As we start comparing these two,
Jonathan Swartz, clean air in front of him. He might have chewed through his tires too much to get to Cabe. Ooh, problems on pit road. CJ Almond has spun.
CJ Almond, he had to tow, it looks like. He just popped up in his pit box. Cody Johnson, 32.7s. Cabe McClenny, 32.9s. That race is over. Jonathan Swartz now 32.9s, and Cabe McClenny 32.94. That hundredths of a second could prove to be who wins and who loses this race. This is YJ's pick to win. Still, same amount of time off as he's slowly shaving the time here.
I just don't think Jonathan Swartz has enough time to do it.
We've got 4 laps to go. No cautions, unless some significant cautions come out right now. We've only got 7 cars, with Michael Gould being the last car on the lead lap. There goes Cabe. There goes Swartz. 32.7. We lost 0.3 that lap. That might mean that Swartz is now officially in Cabe's draft as the number 11 car of Jacob Thornton comes out, hopefully providing no issues to Swartz on the outside. Let's see if we can get
within
Cabe's.
0.7 of a second.
Cabe just ran a 33.0. Jonathan Swartz 32.8. We are down to breaking off tenths of this lead as we move down to 0.7. As we said, Cody Johnson currently out of it. 9 seconds off. Not enough time to make all that up. His nearest battle, Joshua Parent, 11 seconds behind the leader. Cabe trying to do everything he can as we are on lap 83 of 84 as we cross the line.
2 laps to go here in Kansas. Jonathan Schwartz, 2 left side fresher tires than Cabe McClenny, trying to cut that gap and to possibly make a desperation move on the white flag, heading down the back straightaway.
It might not be enough.
You can see out of the front windshield that Jonathan Schwartz trying to get as much out of the truck as he can to get there. Within 0.4 of a second, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. White flag this time by for Cabe McClenny. All he has to do, no mistakes, hold on for one more lap as we head into 1 and 2 for the final time.
We're getting close.
Jonathan Schwartz, 0.3 of a second. He has to make something happen here.
He sends it.
Deep.
They're going to come up and make contact.
Track contact. Cabe keeps it straight. Cabe McClenny holding off the challenger Jonathan Schwartz to win 2 in a row at Kansas.
Oh, man. Cody Johnson coming out of 3 and 4 over to the start-finish line. Joshua Parent shortly behind him. Zach Range also. Kyle Chaffin's going to be exiting turn 4. Michael Gould as well. And then we get into our lap down cars of Mitchell Bagley, who's slowly pulling off. He's already crossed the start-finish line. Pinder, everybody else already done. But that was your lead lap cars as they all start coming around. Cabe McClenny obviously going to go ahead and burn it down on the front stretch for us as we wait for these guys to get into the broadcast waiting room. Absolutely, Nick. That was an amazing final lap. I'm upset that we didn't have any cautions because I had a really cool caution transition that we could have went to right there. And we never had to use it. Some things you get proud of and then you never get to show it off. Cabe doing what Cabe does, burning down the house for the second week in a row as the flag bearer just stands there and gets some smoke inhalation.
From Xfinity to the Truck Series, Cabe McClenny winning here in Kansas. I am very sick and that hurt my throat. But
yeah, you know what we need now is we need a winner-loser graphic for who wins. Jonathan Swartz right behind him hanging out. Excellent send into turn 3. Man, what a battle there at the end.
He tried it. I think Jonathan was trying to get a little bit more out of the send.
I'll tell you what, we can go back and actually watch that real quick. Let's go review that final lap while we were waiting on these guys to get back in. I want to see it from Swartz's point of view. I don't even think we're there yet. We got to go back one more. Here it is, right here. Swartz absolutely sending it. Let's get to... All right, let's get the Swartz point of view here. As he goes in, this is really the only option. This is his only play.
Trying to do what Carl Edwards did to Jimmy Johnson back in the COT era. Couldn't get it done. Cabe McClenny just barely holding on to win here in Kansas after that exciting finish.
Let's see what this looked like from Cabe's. You really can't see Parent, but if we go to Gearbox, we can see there goes Swartz, and now Swartz is going to magically appear again. Big shout out to Swartz, though. Did the respectable thing. You could hear it in his in the cockpit view that he actually checked up in 4 to not take out Cabe. I know he wouldn't want it to end that way. Jonathan Schwartz would probably be devastated if he wound up just wrecking the leader and then leaving Cody out there to finish in P1.
I've wrecked the leader before. It just so happened to be Jonathan Schwartz. Hey.
All right, we got Cabe McClaney in the broadcast waiting room, waiting on Jonathan Schwartz and Cody Johnson as they jump in here. We'll get some quick race reviews from these guys. So I'm just reviewing chat real quick. Yeah, definitely, Nick. So close to halfway for the fundraiser, man. We are almost there. Can't wait to hit that 100%. We can have a big race for that. That would be awesome. All right, let's pull in Cabe McClenny. Cabe McClenny, welcome to the broadcast booth, man. P1 again, 2 weeks in a row. How are you doing right now? You living high on life?
Yeah, I'd say so. Was pretty worried at the start there, but it started the run, but ended up all right. So I'm pretty good right now.
Yeah, we never actually got to green flag interviews because there was so much action happening on the track. But the Cabe was supposed to be my in-car reporter tonight, and we just never wound up getting to it because we had to keep jumping back and forth between different battles. So the one thing we noticed was it was a 3 pit stop race with 2 tires. What was the strategy call for you? And did it hurt or help you near the end? Obviously, P1 is P1, but was there any worries near the end?
Yeah, that last run, I was really worried. I thought Cody and Jonathan, after the first pit stop, didn't take tires. The first one where I took tires, or that little stint after everybody took tires after the first pit stop, that second run, I thought that the 58 and 08 both didn't take tires, and the last pit stop they were. And Jonathan said he took 2 tires each stop, so he was coming at the end. I was really worried about it. I didn't know where Cody was, but I knew I was good on fuel, but was just able to somehow hold him off like 1 or 2 more laps. Jonathan definitely would have got me. He had a last-ditch effort there in last corner, so I got to thank him for not wiping me out there, but all in all, a lot of fun. Not my favorite kind of race with fuel strategy and all that, but definitely a fun one.
Yeah, and then with the fuel strategy playing into it, was there any short pitch strategy, or were you running it dry, maybe seeing if a caution would come out?
No, I was pretty confident after the first half went green. It wasn't going to be yellow, and I kind of told my buddy Doug and Chad, my teammates, if you guys want, you guys can try to not take tires on the second run and then stay out and take them that last bit. And I think that's what Doug did, and he ended up 13th, so not too bad, but had something happen to him on the pit stop. But no, I was pretty good on my strategy. I was pretty set on it, just didn't know what everybody else's was. And seeing how fast Jonathan was at the end, I was pretty worried about it.
Yeah, definitely. He was closing the gap. If he had 2 more laps, I think the battle heats up there. He pretty much only had one option in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And he took it. And respectfully, it looks like he checks up at the end there and gives you, he doesn't want to wreck you both. So it looks like he actually lets off the gas after he bumps you, and you guys close the end. Do you agree with the send in there? There's no beef or anything like that on the track, right?
No, I would have done the 100% same thing. Just lucky it kind of didn't net code, because I don't know what I would have done there. Probably would have spin in, but no, I would have done the same thing. So no worries on him. Thank you for not wiping me out completely. I knew the dive was coming, so I kind of expected it. Kind of started to come down a little bit, but no, that was 100% okay with me. I would have done the same thing.
Definitely, man. Well, any shout outs you want to get out here before you leave? And last question as you do that, where's Nick Sipple?
I think he had something with his grandparents. He was hanging out with them, so unfortunately he had to miss this one, which I was helping him last night and coaching him a little bit, but so sucks he didn't make it. But yeah, I want to thank East Coast Outlaws, my teammates Doug, Chad, and Nick, who wasn't here tonight, and I want to thank you guys for broadcasting as normal, and go check out my YouTube channel KO5.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you always giving your in-car point of view on your YouTube channel, and appreciate you supporting the series and everything, and looking forward to seeing what you do with the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We'll see you.
See ya.
there you have it. That's from Cave McClenny, your race winner. I'm going to go find Jonathan Swartz because he is not in the broadcast waiting room. Let me see if I could jump down to his chat and see if he's actually in right now. Oh, I think he just left. No. He's in the broadcast booth now. Josh must have pulled him up. Jonathan, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? So, walk me through your strategy a little bit this race. You look like you had a little bit of a different tire strategy going in. So how did the fuel game play into it? How did the tires play into it? And how'd you solidify that P2 position?
I knew we had to make at least 3 stops there, so the last 2 runs I split up the tires, took right sides the first run, and then the left sides the next. I thought everybody else would do something similar, but I guess the left side's going to help out with me catching the leader there at the end.
Yeah,
just ran out of time.
Yeah, we were saying, I think lap 82 or so that you probably needed 4 more laps, and you only had 2 to go. We're just looking at the times of the laps you guys were running. You were shaving off about 2 tenths every lap, 2 to 3 tenths every lap. And man, if there was 2 to 3 more laps added on to the end of the race, that would have been significant enough to where you wouldn't have had to throw the haymaker at the end, which we in the booth said that was pretty much the only option. You got to send it in there and hope it sticks or hope it does something to get you in there. Was that pretty much your same mindset?
Yeah, I was just trying to spook him a little bit by throwing it in there, but he did a good job coming down and blocking the move. So good job to Cabe tonight. He did a good job all race, keeping out front, and having a clean track in front of you is really key with the truck series. So
yeah, definitely. I think the only mistake Cabe can make in that situation is trying a crossover that you can block. Like if he checks up a little bit and tries to cross over behind you, I think you solidify the win there. But he held his ground. He held that high line. You guys had a little bit of contact, and he said, man, there's absolutely no hard feelings. He's like, that I would have done the same exact thing. He's like, you got to throw that in there on the last turn to get that spot back. So any big shout outs you want to give, man? I saw you're missing some LSRL members tonight. Anybody you want to reach out to, say what's up?
I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting for us. So a lot of fun watching these things back at the beginning of the week and see what we learned from past experiences. But you guys do a great job for us. So just happy to be here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I'm excited to see how the points turn up with you having currently been... I have the standings graphic here. Swartz currently sitting... Let's see. I don't have them numbered, of course. You're sitting 7th. Now with a P2 and Cade McClenny getting a P1 and Parent in P4. We might have a little bit of a shakeup here with Charlie Gallagher being a no-show sitting in P4 currently. So I'm excited to see how it turns out, man, and looking forward to seeing what you do the rest of the season up here.
Hey, if I'm top 5, I'd love to show up on Monday, so we'll see how it works out.
You will definitely get an invite if you are sitting there in the top 5, and I know you got some buddies up there in the Next Gen series, so I know they'd love to have you as well.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you stopping by, and good race. We will catch you later.
All right, thanks.
All right, that was Jonathan Swartz. Man, what an interesting race. Let me go ahead and pull up the race results for you guys. Cade McClenny up top, Swartz P2, Cody B. Johnson. I cannot find Cody Johnson. He is not in any chats, any of the team chats. Joshua Parent, 4th. Range, Chaffin, Gould, Bagley, Lights, and Pinder rounding out the top 5. As you can see, we only had 7 cars out there on the lead lap. As far as everybody else, Reed, Connors, Ezel, Adams, Kiger, Scare, Anderson, Thornton, Richard, my bad. He'll yell at me for that one. Snyder, all rounding out the top 20. And then to bring up the final standings after some either mistakes or pit road issues, we got Rudick, Allman, Bowman, Fitzpatrick, Shields, and McNeil. Every week, the top 5 drivers in standings, not the top 5 finishers of the previous race, get invited up into the Next Gen series. So we will be excited to announce that here shortly. If you want to find out the standings before everybody else, oh man, I am so dumb. I left that graphic up there the whole time. Oh, there's your standings. I'm not reading them all off again. There's your standings. All right. So I'll post the standings to our Twitter. You can go to twitter.com / Race Affinity or at Race Affinity on Twitter. All of our social media handles are at Race Affinity. Like I said, scan that QR code down there at the bottom. If you want to donate, our donation link is right here. Season 2 charity Innocent Lives Foundation. Donations are open, and there's the link right there. You guys can go ahead and 50 cents, $1. Anything you got, you want to throw at it, we would greatly appreciate all of it. If you're new here, give us a follow. We don't ask for any subscribers. No need to subscribe. Speaking of Nick, I really appreciate the gifted sub. That's huge. But if you guys want, you could throw like $5 at the charity, and we'll appreciate that just as much. Thank you for tuning in. Josh, you got anything before we get out of here with your sick self?
I do not.
He's go recover, man. That was it for tonight. That was your race at Kansas. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next up, officially the winners this week with 0 cautions to Next Gen 2s. Congrats to you guys. I need to start making an award graphic, or Richard, if you're out there, make us an award graphic. Throw it up on the page. Next up is the winners this week. 0 cautions in the field. Flag to flag. Green run. Fuel strategy, tire strategy, everything in this race. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Give us a follow. We will catch you all next time on twitch.tv / Race Affinity. See you guys.
Uh. Uh.